Special memorial service is being held today at the University of the Western Cape for Springbok wing Chester Williams. He featured prominently in the 1995 Rugby World Cup winning squad. He died of a suspected heart attack last week. ENC's Ronald Masinda is joining us now live from Cape Town. Well, a special service is underway today there, Ronald, to honor Chester Williams. And I'm sure there'll be so many memories to be shared, particularly about that 1995 Rugby World Cup victory and his contribution in the community.
Yes, indeed, Pradan. Well, we are outside of the University of the Western Cape's main hall, where at least 1,000 mourners will pay tribute to the life and times of Chester Williams. And just to give you a sense of some of the eyewitness accounts, Chester Williams seemed to be in perfect health, Pradan, before he succumbed to that heart attack on Friday. He was known as a fitness fanatic and a person who, despite being a coach of the UWC team, also took part in some training sessions himself, and he also ran quite a number of marathons. Now, to give us a sense of how he was like at campus is the University of the Western Cape's spokesperson, Hassan Abada. Thank you so much for your time. I'm sure a difficult time, Hassan, for the community here of the University of the Western Cape. I mean, you spoke to Chester Williams yourself in a tweet. You said that he seemed in perfect health. You gave him a lift the day before he passed on, and he was also on social media. I mean, total shock.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ronald. It's been a tough time for the university, as you can imagine. We've lost an immense individual at our university, an iconic one. And as you mentioned, Thursday gave the coach a lift to the admin block. We were laughing and had a few light moments. We had just been in a meeting planning for next year's Varsity Cup competition. And we said goodbye to him at the lift, and that was it. I didn't know then that was the last time I'd see him. But then even on Friday at about 12 noon, Coach and I were WhatsApping each other and preparing for the launch of his beer, which I was quite happy to get involved with, because all the proceeds of that label or that brand was going to his foundation, supporting deserving young people.
Chester was obviously known to be this bubbly character. What will he like to be remembered as? Because I'm sure the mood will certainly not be somber here.
No, it won't be. And the family, we met with the family earlier this week, and his wife Maria said that when she and Chester went to memorials or funerals, he'd always remark that about the somberness of the occasion, and he wanted to be remembered as somebody who celebrated life, and that's exactly how we're going to celebrate him. So people mustn't be think it's strange that when they hear upbeat music, some of his favorite artists will be playing as people file into the wall. We're expecting a full house. Outside there's an overflow area in the quad, and also in the student center we've set up big screens for people to follow the memorial. But we've also, there's some, I can reveal this morning that PJ Powers will be performing at the memorial, one of Chester's favorite artists, and also the singer of that iconic World Cup anthem in 1995, The World in Union.
All right. Hassan, in closing, we know that he achieved a lot as a coach, winning quite a number of silverware. But as a person and as a human being, how would he be remembered here at UWC?
You know, when I think about Chester, it's that smile, and he had that smile for everybody on campus. From the people who were cleaning the offices at the sports stadium to the people cutting the grass on the pitch. He had a personal relationship with them, never too busy to take a picture. Obviously, they were working with a celeb. He never carried himself that way, always generous with his time, you know.
All right, there we have it, Bradan. Chester Williams will certainly be remembered not only as a people's person, but of course, as you mentioned in that intro, he was a World Cup winner and the first player of color to play for South Africa at a World Cup. A man who broke barriers, a man who not only also broke barriers, but also motivated the likes of Brayton Paulser, Brian Habana, the JP Petersons of this world, and many more to pursue careers in rugby. So we'll continue talking about Chester Williams in the next hour with more guests.
Ronald, I experienced him as a gentleman. Just after the Rugby World Cup victory in 1995, I was at a dinner for the Springboks, and he accepted to take a picture with me and a group of other people with the Webb Ellis Trophy. That was a gentleman that Chester Williams was. May his soul rest in peace. Ronald Masinda at the UWC Hall in Cape Town.